Hello, 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 and welcome to today's episode of Her Version. This podcast is dedicated to sharing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. For those of you that are new to this podcast, make sure you like and subscribe. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. Let's jump right in. What's your thought process on, or do you do this in your workshop, disempowering beliefs? Have you had any?
What you mean? You mean the topic of disempowering beliefs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's like recognizing that what that is that's coming in that doesn't make you feel good, realizing it doesn't make you feel good, and deciding that that's not your truth.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with pulling in my guides and people and saying, all right, I can't do this on my own. I can't see how this is going to work out. I can't get this thought out of my head. And this is going to be something else. Again, I'm not religious, but for some reason, Jesus and like the things have just like, I don't know, come in lately. I couldn't get the thoughts out of my head. I had these like really like not nice, very disempowering belief systems that were going on in the last place I lived in. And I was like, how do I get these thoughts to stop? Because even me as a fucking pro, I would follow those suckers up with something of my truth. And they just kept coming in, oh my God, I was going crazy. And so I was like, all of a sudden I was like, I want to listen to some gospel music. I don't know why.
Really?
Live gospel music. Like, you know, when all the audience starts singing together and like, fuck, it's so good. Hillside is a great band or whatever. So I did. I started putting on my headphones, and every time I do, and that would happen, I'd put them on and I would listen. I would fall asleep. I'd hold on to my phone like it was like a teddy bear, and I would just fall asleep listening to gospel music. And the craziest things happened. This room for rent that I finally got, that's manifested, totally in my mind manifested, showed up within 2 days of doing that.
Wow.
I was like, and I talked to somebody about that, and she was a psychic. She's like, oh yeah, gospel music is actually it's like a block clear, but she called it something else. Like, oh, it raises your vibration. It raises your vibration like so much that like it actually like allows things to come in. And I was like, that makes sense. I didn't know that, but that's, you know, I was like, what can I do that makes me feel like I'm connected to the other side? It makes me feel. So music is a really big one, I think, for disempowering thoughts that you can't make go away. But it again is this refusal to, man, really just don't believe your current reality. It's a fucking lie, and it is a reflection of your old vibration. And unfortunately, when you decide like, oh, I want my life to be this way, you have to give it time to build and make something reality. That it can happen overnight for sure, but 9 times out of 10, you have to keep doing it for about 3 months. And it's like maddening, and you just get tired of doing it, and at some point you're like, I can't do it for one more, it's not working. And then that's the time it actually comes in and everything changes and shifts.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're at the hour mark, and we still have people hanging on listening. So you're definitely sending out good vibrations. For those that are listening, is the website above your head the best place to find you?
Yeah, you can email me through there, or you can find me on Facebook under my name, Tahsha Renee. Do the one with the makeup across my face. I have like 2 Facebooks right now. You can find me either one, but the most I'm active on is the one with the makeup across my face. And Instagram under Tahsha_Renee, Sisterhood of Sacred Fire. You can find me on Instagram as well. But yeah, I'd love to have you want to do a connection call? Let's do it. Even if you just want to chit chat, you're like, oh my God, I just love your energy and I want to talk to you. Like, I do that with women all the time, even if it's not sales related or program related, I should say, because I don't do sales calls. I like connecting. I love connecting with powerful women. So if you want to do that, please contact me. I'd love to connect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What would be some advice that you'd give to females who are struggling with their self-worth?
You know, a lot of times we get stuck in our own heads, and I think it's really important to have other sisters around you that can remind you how that's not always the truth. So I think empower and supporting, not supporting, surrounding yourself with really supportive, more supportive women is really important. A group of women. If you can't get that, I suggest adding yourself to some groups which have some empowered women in them. But again, it's really about changing your thoughts. I mean, it goes back to that every single time. It's like, you really do have to, meditate, look at some affirmations, do some anger work, find out the core of where that's coming from. Who originally told you that? Was that your mother? Is that your mother's voice? Is that your father's voice? Is that your brother, sister, like ex-boyfriend? Like where's that coming from? And go there and do that work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you on that one. Well, listen, girl, this has been delightful. I definitely learned a lot, and definitely it kind of took, it was different than what I thought it was going to be, which I so appreciate.
Yeah.
I so appreciate. What does success mean to you before we close up?
I think success means like probably having such deep belief in yourself that you end up doing something that is a reflection of that. Because if you have such deep belief in yourself and you end up doing work that's created around that feels good at the end of the day, you're helping out the world and yourself and following your passion. I don't think there's anything that's more successful than that. If you're creating ripples in the world and doing what you can to help the world as well as staying true to yourself, there's nothing that's more successful than that.
100%. 100%. Well, this has been awesome. How do you
Thank you. I love this.
How do you feel? Are you feeling good?
Oh, I love it. I just think you're so fabulous, Sabrina, and you held space for me and let me talk. And that just means so much to me. And I just think your energy is incredible. And I'm just so grateful. You and I were divinely led to each other as well. So I'm just loving you and what you're doing here. I think it's really important.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I so appreciate you hanging out and telling your story and all of the things that you're doing within your community, which I think is just brilliant. I've never heard of this before. And I so understand how it could be so beneficial to pretty much everybody.
Yes. Yeah, it's true. It has an effect on everybody. So yeah, if anyone's interested in talking about more of that, please reach out to me or a woman that could use this, because any women don't know. Nobody even knows this thing is fucking available. So I need women to spread the word. So yeah, definitely, for sure. Awesome. So thank you for holding space to do that.
Yes, of course, of course. Well, listen, for those of you that are listening live and hanging out with us, thank you so much.
Thank you
for hanging out and supporting us. We so appreciate you being here with us a few times a week. For those of you that are watching on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay so that we know that you were here and so that we know what platform you were watching us on. I love getting the numbers to see where everyone's hanging out with us at. So thank you so much for joining us here on Her Version. This community is expanding every single day and is filled with females who are striving to do better than they did yesterday. For those of you that are new to this podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you have an amazing story to share of struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or at herversion.life. I am so grateful to be here sharing a platform that allows individuals to share their truth and inspire others. My name is Sabrina Victoria. Do something awesome today. Thank you so much, Tahsha.